Lesson plans! If you just cringed when you heard that, here's a few more cringeworthy words. Differentiation, metacognition, objectives, standards. Try not to cringe when I say those words. It's kind of like, those are kind of like the words that, you know how in Sunday school, if you just say, the answer is always Jesus. They'll ask any question, you just raise your hand and say Jesus, and they'll be like, yeah. Same thing, if you just say any one of those words, and any PD, if you just raise your hand and say, metacognition, they're gonna go, yeah, right on, man. Those are the words that we hate hearing, but they're things that we do have to think about on a daily basis. Why am I even saying these words in the first place? Why am I saying these words that send chills down our spines? Because Christmas break's coming to an end, and we gotta get back at it. We gotta get back in the grind. We gotta get back on molding minds and changing lives, and that starts with lesson plans. So I'm gonna walk you through today. How I do my lesson plans. Now, it's not gonna be boring, step by step, how to do lesson plans. Hey, you better not be taking swipes at me, punk. It's gonna be just sort of like a workflow thing, like, when I lesson plan, how do I fit it into my daily routine or my weekly routine? I know, Christmas break is over, but we got a job to do, people. We got a job to do. I'll take you a couple rounds, son. Let's head to my office, and I feel like that's not a good name for it. The office is boring, so I need to come up with a really cool name for my workspace. So maybe if you can help me come up with some ideas, comment down below, maybe a cool name I could call it. It just doesn't sound right calling it the office. So let's go to the space, and I'll show you something. I just remember when I first started teaching, that's all I wanted to know is I would go ask teachers, I'd say, when do you find time to lesson plan? How much time do you spend lesson planning? How often do you lesson plan? That sort of thing. So that's what this vlog is about today, because I know how stressed I got about that question, and I hope this can help somebody and help you sort of see the way that I do it to manage it on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis, because it can be overwhelming, and I know a lot of teachers feel like they spend way too much time lesson planning, and hopefully this can show you that it's not about how much time you spend, it's about lesson planning and focusing on the right details, like working smarter, not harder kind of thing. So let's get into it real quick, and then I'll explain more in a little bit. All right, what's the best way that I can explain this to you? How can I got an idea. All right, let me give you a quick rundown of this crazy chart that I just made here. So this week for math, the standard that I'm working on is addition. The reason why I'm working on this is because that's what my kids are ready for. They're ready to start addition based on where we left off before Christmas break. Today I'll be planning a whole group lesson that has an accompanying exit ticket. An exit ticket is at the end of an activity, at the end of a lesson, you give all the kids a 1 question or 2 question exit ticket, and they will show you what they've learned. Based on the exit ticket, you either have to go back to whole group instruction or move on to small group instruction using the same standard. The small group instruction, for example, would be maybe you do a small group on kids who really didn't get it at all, and then you do a small group for kids that kind of got it, and then a small group for kids that got it and need to be pushed even harder. So that's the small group instruction. I won't even plan this lesson until at least Wednesday, probably after school Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on where they are. Then after that, I just determine after my small group lessons, you have to determine if it's time to move on from the concrete. That's just sort of the flow of it. But it all depends on this right here, the whole group lesson, the exit ticket, how they perform in small group, and that's just kind of how it works. It's all relative based on how they perform, and I can't really plan ahead. It's based on my students. And I don't have a textbook or anything that I'm using. I just create everything on my own. It makes it easy for me to reel everything in and to stay focused right here on the standard. Always stay focused on the standard. Well, let me put you down. Come on. All right. So, I have a love-hate relationship with lesson plans. I always have. I love being prepared, but I hate sitting down and going through the process of lesson planning. I don't like putting it down on paper or typing it out. I like having it in my head. But the problem is lesson plans are more for other people than they are for you. Your administration needs to see your lesson plans or whatever. So it's just one of those things that we just have to do. So anytime there's a task that I have to do over and over again that I don't like doing, I find a way to make it enjoyable. So I actually do my lesson plans. If I have to sit down for a while and just kind of get at it, I'm gonna go to our favorite coffee shop and do them there. So that's just sort of how I like go by, I guess. Anytime there's a tedious activity that I don't like doing, I find a way to make it enjoyable because there's no way of getting around lesson plans. There's nothing you can do to... Anyway, I don't do them here because I have too many distractions. All right, enough talk. Let's actually go to the coffee shop, get a coffee, settle in, and let's get to work. All right, let's go coffee shop to do stuff. You're Michael. Ready?
I am ready.
All right. Bye, Bear.
Get some coffee.
Oh no, it's closed. All right, epic fail. We did not check to see before we came. It's New Year's Day. It was closed. So we're gonna keep rolling along as you do, and we're gonna, I guess now that we're in town, we're at least gonna get lunch, and then we're gonna bring it home, and I guess I'm gonna have to lesson plan at home. Food in hand. Heading home? I'm telling you, I'm not the type of person to get salads at fast food places except for Wendy's. Like the bomb. The bomb. I get the barbecue ranch one, it's awesome. You gonna take a nap then?
Yeah.
While Kristen takes her nap, let's make some coffee and then we'll finish this lesson plan debacle, I guess you could call it. Oh man, help. Alright, so today clearly hasn't gone as planned. I was gonna go to the coffee shop, sit down, spend about an hour or two, like super hyper focused on my lesson plans, no distractions, but the coffee shop was closed. I do have coffee though, and I'm not gonna make you sit here and watch me do lesson plans. You already have to do that on your own. I was kind of sort of walk you through what I'm about to do though. I'm gonna put my headphones in, and I like to listen to classical music while I lesson plan. Mozart. I really like listening to Mozart while I do my lesson plans. My style is really focusing on my students and where they are. So I try to meet them where they are and give them what they need to move them forward. So that's very, it becomes difficult because you basically have to plan every day. But at the same time, it's the most effective, in my opinion, it's the most effective way to do your plans, because how can you sit there and say that on Friday you're gonna do this lesson if they didn't get it on the day before, right? So you're just gonna have to rewrite your lessons all the time. If you have any like additional questions or you want me to go into detail on anything, please comment down below and I can answer those questions for you. If I get enough questions, I'll just do a dedicated video about it. I'm about to do some lesson plans, and I'll talk to you when I get them done. Here we go. Okay, lesson plans are done. I've got a good plan for this week. 4-day week coming, because we only have school Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Kristen just woke up from her nap, I think. So I'm gonna go disturb her and see if I can't get her awake and up and moving, because we got some more stuff to do today. Now she's in her natural habitat. She's sleeping right here.
Wait a couple more minutes because you're really loud.
Be very careful. Be very, very careful.
See you in a little bit.
Do not. Yes, it's very important that you do not touch the sleeping Kristen in her natural environment. Otherwise, she may bite.
About 10 more minutes because I couldn't sleep because you're so loud.
Yeah. Hope you enjoy. Happy New Year. I hope you've really been enjoying your first day of 2017. And yeah, see you tomorrow.